Is this a joke? Well, let me break it down to you what I'm talking about. You got some people out there that, get their information from the street level or from some rapper or something like that, and they say something along the lines like this gentleman right here, JLX Plugger. Is this a joke? You're supposed to tell people don't buy diamond gold watches. You gotta buy gold instead. You fucked up by putting all these diamonds on it, so to speak. And there's a lot of that, right? You saw a video that me and Dan did about fully iced Rolexes that a customer was looking for. We were showing him two-tone options, okay? And he's like, hey, you took this beautiful plain Jane watch, which is $15,000. You put a bunch of diamonds on it, and you ruined it, and now you're trying to charge $30,000. Is this a joke? Is it a joke? The answer is no. Okay, I have 17 years of business experience. Danny has 15 years of business experience in the diamond district. Do you think we're sitting here taking all the time to put diamonds in these watches to ruin them? No, it's a business. And I'm going to tell you about a little bit about money, a little bit about these assets, a little about what's going on so you would understand, not on a street level, you put diamonds in a watch and it ruins it. That's stupid. Okay, that's not the way it is, and I don't want to mean that in a derogatory word or a derogatory term for this guy or anybody else that thinks that. I want you to know what the truth is, because perhaps that's why you're watching this video to begin with. So, a $15,000 plain Jane, fully iced, $30,000. Couldn't be easier. Double the price, you ice it, you drill all the holes, so on and so forth. Does this become worthless now? Then why am I putting in diamonds and why am I spending my money? You think I get this for free? You think I want to take a $15,000 watch, put $15,000 worth of diamonds on it and lose all my money? I do it because there's a demand for it. Hip hop has a demand. It's changing the demand of watches around the world. Migos wearing Patek Philippe and Audemars. Now everyone's wearing Patek Philippe and Audemars, so on and so forth. It really has a powerful impact on the watch market. And as the years go on, there's going to be more and more demand for fully iced watches. That's why we're doing it. However, a Chinese grandpa in Beijing is not going to want a fully iced watch, okay? He's going to want a plain Jane. And there's a hell of a lot of people that want it in plain Jane. So if you keep it with the stickers on, you're going to make more money over time. By not touching this watch, it'll be a great investment you'll never lose with this timepiece. However, just because you put diamonds on it doesn't mean it's worthless. It means you have to find another buyer. You didn't fuck it up, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You have to find another buyer for the timepiece. And that buyer is increasing and multiplying as the years go on, and hip-hop style is going to be more popular, elite, I-style watches. So over the years, you're still going to do well. You can keep it plain Jane if you're a plain Jane guy, or if you're saving, or like some of the diamond and watch dealers out here keep their watches plain Jane. Or sometimes they take their plain Jane watch and they ice it out, because you know why? They want to sell to you, and they also want to sell to you. What can you tell me, Dan, that I haven't really explained to these guys about having an iced out watch and understanding the value and the price, or what's going on?
So here you had your Jubilee bands, two-tone. This is an oyster band. They're 41 millimeters. Okay, and here you have your plain Jane. So pre-owned, this watch goes for around $15,000, okay? And fully iced out, it goes for around $30,000. Now these are very special introduction price only for people watching these videos, for our most educated consumers. Anywhere else, and any one of my sales guys will sell you this watch for $35,000 all day. Other jewelers will do 40. Now, it's very important to note the value, right? Value is all about how much someone's looking to pay for it. So when you go to a Rolex store and you have a plain Jane, and let's say you want to upgrade or you want to do something like that, more demand, much easier to liquidate, more value. But when you bring, if you want to trade in and you bring this watch to the Rolex store, the fully iced out one, sometimes they'll tell you it's fake, it's not authentic, and there's a gray line between that, right? The line is, the watch itself is a 100% genuine, authentic Rolex, all the parts, the movement. The only difference is we added diamonds. And of course, if Rolex did the same type of job, it would probably cost about 5-6 times more. Like the GMTs, they're fully iced out, so on and so forth. But you're able to get a fully iced out watch at a fraction of the price. Now
Rolex won't consider it an authentic Rolex at this point, but that doesn't mean anything, because you're worried about your money, not what Rolex thinks. And now let's say what happens when you bring it to a pawn shop.
Haters, right? Anytime you're wearing something like this, it's a hater attraction. most of the time people think that Rolex watches are like $1 million, and if it has diamonds, it's unattainable. But in reality, it attracts haters for a reason, because most people will never be able to attain this watch. So if you go to a pawn shop, or well, pawn shops are the worst,
Or
but
any
even
jewelry
jewelry stores,
store.
right? If they see you with this on and you're walking in there saying, hey, how much is this worth? Or any type of things like that, they're gonna lowball you. They're never gonna give you the true value.
Let me play the game with you, Dan. So let's say I came in with this Rolex, and let me say, I say, hey, listen, Danny, I hear you've been in business and you know this business 15 years. I wanna, how much is this worth? I just bought it.
Oh man, this is not worth nothing. I mean, I don't have any customers to sell this to. It's got diamonds all
I
around.
paid $30,000 for it from TraxNYC. You're telling me it's worth nothing? I gotta go back there and throw a brick through their window.
Basically, it's not worth anything to me, because I think you want to sell this watch, so I want to lowball you, make you feel bad about it, so you can go back to Trax, return the watch, and come buy something from me. Why would any jeweler tell you anything good about anyone else's jewelry? They won't. They're haters. At TraxNYC, we're a little different, and those of you who have shopped with us and who actually came down and had an interaction, you'd know that this is the case. We're not bullshitting our customers. We want to educate them. We want to give them all the information as it is.
Now let me ask you this: if I wanted to, and this guy, you'd lowball me, how much would you give me if I came in and I said, I paid 30, I need to sell it? How much?
15,000, I'll tell you.
So then, this guy would be confirmed. We're all losers, or whatever it might be, and with this and that. But how would you play the game different?
Now, differently, right?
Now you play me, and I'm going to be the jeweler.
Well, I wouldn't go to your store.
Right.
I'd come to Midtown Manhattan, 47th Street, where there's 1 million stores here, or maybe downtown LA, and I'd shop it around. And I wouldn't come in and I'd say, hey, I want to sell this watch, or how much is it? I would say, hey, I have this watch I just bought for myself. I want to get the exact same one for my brother, or my cousin, or my friend. Then the jeweler has to do a complete 180. They have to actually do their research, count the diamonds, and see what the actual cost of the piece will be.
So you flip the jeweler, all right? So I'll just tell you how the game is played. So basically what Dan is saying is this. If you come in and you say, how much is this worth? Then they're gonna be like, hey, it's worth nothing. Give it to me for free, I'll give you a bus pass, and thank you for this watch, it's
Incentive,
worthless.
they have no incentive.
However, if you come in and say, hey, listen, this is my friend's watch, I want one just like it. How much is it? The price is gonna be, for a watch like this, $40,000. They went up, they went this, they went
So
that.
when he hits you with 40,000, you say, hey, listen, I just got this for 30, I'm willing to take a small loss or a small gain, let's make a deal. Then he can't tell you 15,000, he just told you 40,000. So, and this is a really important strategy for jewelry. Watches, not so much, but jewelry. If you have a piece, all right, and if you want to know if it's real or this or that, don't go in a jewelry store saying if it's real, all right? They're not appraisers. That's not their business. They want to sell you something. You go in there and you act like a customer. You pretend maybe you want to buy something, and then as you're talking to the sales rep, you say, hey, I have this piece. I just got it as a gift. Can you tell me if it's real or not? Then they will give you a proper assessment. But my favorite trick of all, the best trick, works for diamond jewelry and gold, is you take your piece, especially the piece you bought from TraxNYC.com, you take it to your local jeweler and you show them that piece and you say, I want to make the exact same piece in a different color gold, whether it be white gold, yellow, rose, whatever. Use your imagination. What they're going to do is they're going to weigh the piece, they're going to count every little diamond, they're going to do their calculations, and then they're never going to tell you the price, they're going to show you a calculator. When they show you the calculator, I guarantee you the price that they give you is going to be way higher than our price. Now, how can I guarantee that? We've invested hundreds of $1,000s into 3D renderings, molds, research and development, thousands upon thousands of carats of diamonds. The goods that we're buying, other people have no access to this. We're huge with the diamonds and huge with
production and everything that keeps the prices low for our organization that people can't compete with. The bottom line is this: plain Jane or fully iced or this or that and money and being rich and being poor and I want a Rolex and I can't afford one. It's a money game. It's a money game. I'm telling you how the game is played. Danny's telling you how the game is played. All right, you can play it a lot of different ways. You can walk into a jewelry store, you can say, hey, I just got this, how much is it worth? Or you could say, hey, I want another one like this. And you're gonna get the same person give you two different numbers, right? It's a numbers game. You could buy a watch, you could get the right diamonds, you could do business with the right people, you could keep your money in it, you could keep it plain Jane, you could sell it that way, you could not buy anything, you could spend your money somewhere else, you could invest in Bitcoin, you could put on a dog and pony show in Times Square and make $1 million. I don't know. it's a game, right? And it's not enough for say, hey, you took a plain Jane watch, you put diamonds in it, and you ruined it. You didn't. You didn't do that. You're playing a different game with a different medium, right? And going in a different direction. And that's what I want you to understand. Other than that, you know, that's it. Any last thoughts?
Absolutely. The last thing I want to mention, which is very important, okay? You want to buy in at the right time. For example, if you overpay when you go to Atlanta and then they sell you the watch we're selling for 35 for 50,000, you're never going to get your money back. You just overpaid. So it's really important to buy in at the right time. Do your research. Don't just call one jeweler. Don't just call Trax and make the buy at Trax. Price this out. Go somewhere else, get a quote, and you'll see that our service, our layaway policy, the fact that we give you a warranty, an appraisal, the fact that we have people standing by to answer your calls and do live chat is a huge, huge thing. Yes, you can save a couple $100 or 5-10% somewhere else, but do you really want to do that? Right. So make sure you buy at the right price.
And listen, you know, our business model is to sell to an educated consumer. Everyone else's out here business model is to sell to an uneducated consumer. And that's why we're doing the reverse. We're telling you what's up. We're giving you the prices up front. We're not like, yeah, hit me up, I'll get you a price and all this stuff. You're not gonna hit me up. You're not gonna hit him up. We're busy. We're building a business. We're not building jewelry all day long. If you wanna hit up, we built an incredible staff. Their information is in the description. You can get any I-style watch for the best prices because we're not hawking one watch to sell and sell you a dream and walk you out the door and come back 30 minutes later, right? If you want to work with us, you know what it is. If you don't want to work with us, you're armed with the information to give you a perspective on what's going on. Hit TraxNYC.com for all your gold and diamond jewelry needs.